What's going on, everybody? This be your boy DJ Anonymous with Sports Biz Music, the podcast, episode 10, and I got a special guest, the founder of New Miami, Hakeem.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on with you, man?
Good,
I think I met you at Art Central Miami. I'm not sure,
yeah,
but
probably.
we met before, and I'm one of the people that, you know, I followed New Miami for a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all was one of the inspirations, you know, for me to even, like, get the step in the door of media.
Okay.
Because, you know, like you said before the podcast, like, you know, covering especially South Florida artists and stuff like that, like, we need that because we still being overlooked, you know, somehow, some way, you know what I'm saying? But for the people that don't know about you, just tell them, like, who you are, what you do, and...
So, pretty much, I started a company called the New Miami 4 years ago. It's pretty much a full-service entertainment company. We do mixing and mastering, media coverage, artist development, and promotions, pretty much. So, it started off as me just mixing for people. I'm an audio engineer, so I started mixing for people. And at the end of the session, they'll be like, "Hey, Hakeem, where can we, like, upload our music to or share our music?" I know a few sites, but, like, other than that, I was like, I really don't know. So I feel like I needed to fill a void for the people that I was working with. And that's what gave me the idea of creating a blog. And my grandma is the one who actually gave me the idea of a blog. I knew how to make websites, but I didn't know what a blog was until my grandma really explained to me what it was. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, the difference between a website and a blog is that a website is just something that's up there and you don't really pretty much update it 24/7. But a blog is something constant. You constantly putting feed on, like a timer.
Yeah.
So when I came up with that, I already was thinking, like, different names of the company, and I wanted to be the New Miami, but I didn't know how to spell it exactly. So I was thinking of NEW. I was trying to find all the way to spell it, like DA. Yeah. But there's a guy that I mix for, and, like, he's one of my best friends. So
any chance you got a quarter you can spit it out?
Nah, man. I feel like. So
my bad, y'all.
So pretty much he gave me an idea. He was like, "Bro, you use NU." I was like, NU. He's like Nubian Queen, Black. Like, so I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I'm pretty much good at searching names, like registering your company. People don't know it. It's only $120 to, like, start up a company. So, and I'm always buying domain names because, like I said, back in middle school, I used to build websites, and when I got to high school, a guy taught me how to purchase domain names and just sit on them so you can sell them. So I bought the domain name, and then from there, that's when I started the Instagram, started the website, pretty much started everything to set it up. And then how I got my following to grow with the whole brand and everything was I went out, bought a camera. It was only me. Bought a camera, went to every single event in Miami and started taking pictures. And I got to a point where I'm taking pictures of the artists. I'm like, damn, there's only so much pictures I can get of the artists. So let me get pictures of the crowd. Yeah. So that's how I flipped it. So pretty much I would go to these events, take pictures of the crowd, and people are like, oh my God, where can I find the photos? Where can I find the photos? I'm like, follow me. I'm like, send me this number. Yeah. So when they would hit me up on Instagram, I would get a follow, and they'll have the pictures, and they would tag me. So their friends in their timeline. So it all linked back. So it was pretty much word of mouth. Like, our Instagram following is still pretty low, but from word of mouth, we're pretty.
Y'all very new.
And that's because I was attacking the ground. I'm really now. So I'm big on social media when it comes to the presence, but as far as, like, actually working the streets, you still have to do that.
Yeah, you got to do both. And
correct. And people forget that.
Yeah. Because I remember, you know, when I first started DJing, you know, with MySpace, you know, I used to just add people, tell them listen to my music and stuff like that. To this day, I just feel like if MySpace was around, I feel like a lot of people would have been famous, right? A lot of people would have blew it.
That's how I got my buzz. That's how I got my buzz off MySpace. So I started, so like I said, 6th grade, I was in a band, and I played the trumpet. That was first chair, actually. And I was really good at it. And then I also had another elective, which was web design. So I'm like, damn, I really like web design because I was already into computers. So I'm like, okay. Once I figured out how to start slowly building websites, I had a computer where I wanted to burn CDs with people in class because I used to see people at flea markets and stuff like that selling CDs. So I'm like, okay. So when I went to go ask one of the guys, oh, how you doing? They always like batted me down, didn't want to tell me. So I'm like, damn, what's the big secret? So once I figured it out, my mom, she bought me a CD burner from Best Buy. I went in home, installed it on the computer, figured out how to configure it. It worked, and I started burning CDs from like LimeWire. And people would, in school would give me a list. I charged them $5, and then that's how I was making money in middle school.
I did the same thing, selling CDs, and then in high school when they had like the iPods and the MP3s.
So when I was in middle school, I was doing that, and that's when like Bluetooth and infrared first came out. So I was making ringtones like high quality, so it can be loud on any phone. And from there, that's how it started. So I started figuring out the computer, the web design, and then I started making MySpace layouts. So I got famous from making MySpace layouts for people like Iceberg, Young Fee, when it was like beefing.
Yeah, I remember that. That's a lot of people. You know, hopefully one day I have on the show. Just to, you know, because I followed it, you know, especially as a DJ.
Correct.
And it was one of them beefs that was like, it was real, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you was like, you don't want nobody to get hurt, but you was still interested in like the tracks. Like you was like, oh snap, Young Fee went off on Iceberg, and then Iceberg.
The crazy part is, I'm really cool with Iceberg. Me and Iceberg tight. And Young Fee, Young Fee first video, did this to Iceberg, I shot it in front of my crib. Like when I had to be like 16.
Did Iceberg understand that though?
No, I know he know the situation. Me and Berg are closer now than anything. But that was like in the beginning stages before I even knew Iceberg like personally.
Okay.
But once we connected, we already knew like everything. Like he pretty much knew who I was. So he not sleep.
Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's like, I mean, what you supposed to do, like, you have your own grind and stuff. It's not, like, you're not trying to step on other people's shoes, but you just...
Correct. Like, I'm not even in that.
You just like, man, listen, I'm just trying to help you, you know, you hit me up, blah, 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 I'm trying to get this money, cool, you know what I'm saying? Like...
So that's the thing, because what I used to do is I used to pass out flyers for free at school. So he knew little kids at every school, and I went to America, so he used to give me the flyers at American, pay me, and he'd like spread this around the school. Then when he would come like drop me off CDs or anything, and that's when I had bought a little digital camera. He was like, man, let's shoot it, let's try it. Like he was the first person that actually gave me the opportunity. Like
y'all cool to this day too?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, but I don't talk to him like that. But like he in LA, he doing his little thing. But
because like, you know, people that's not in the music like that, that's actually working. You know, they may say like, for example, like Iceberg. Like a lot of people say, man, Iceberg ain't really doing nothing right now. I'm like, Iceberg doing a lot. He just he reminds me of like a Pastor Troy, you know, Tech 9 type vibe. Like he's underground, but the man got his own shop and stuff. Same thing with Young Fee. Like Young Fee is traveling and things like that.
Doing his thing. Like I honestly, like, I respect Bird because like he genuine, like no flaws. Like he tell you how it is straight up. He talk to you like regular conversation. Like his brain open. He on the same thing we on. Like, so it's good to like know that he's still on that same level. He's still grinding. He's still trying to do his thing.
Man. Cause like I look at Ball Greasy. Ball Greasy is another one. I like. He shouldn't have been blew up when he was in high school. Now it's time.
Yeah, but everything happens for a reason. And he garnered all his fans. Like his fans, he got a fan base.
So to go back to you, like your passion, your first passion was web design. That was like
it was always music.
Music,
It was always music. But I'm a technical guy, so like the computers really got me.
So what was your inspirations when it came to music? Like who inspired you? Trick Daddy. Everybody. Shout out to Uncle Trick, boy.
Yeah, Trick. Honestly, Trick. That's all I can say. And like I like R&B music. So it would be probably, I'll say Trick, like Master P, because I respect the independent grind. Like I understood that early too.
Yeah, because I mean we from the South, you know what I'm saying? So we had to grind, you know, more.
Like Boosie, I like that type of stuff. But as far as me listening to music, my favorite artist is probably like R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, he's a genius, man. Genius, man.
R. Kelly, Mary J. I respect Jermaine Dupri. Because all this, like, the entrepreneur stuff he's done. That's pretty much, I like R&B music. Anything R&B.
So R&B was like your first, like...
Because my mom...
Yeah, we all grew up in the soul R&B, household. Like, my mom, growing up, she used to listen to a lot of Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Lauryn Hill.
Of course, the Anita Bakers and them, but, like, when it came to, like, rap, but with, like, R&B and soul, like, Lauryn Hill was, like, the first one that she used to play every day, like all day, you know what I'm saying? Like then she'd have like a Keith Sweat would come in, and then Whitney Houston and stuff like that. And like as music geeks, we learned that even though we may listen to like hip hop and R&B more, but we are engaged in music, and whether it's rock, punk, all that stuff.
If you look at my Apple Music or my Spotify plays on what I listen to, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Cause I always felt like Dr. Dre. I remember I seen you seen the documentary, the one with the Defiant Ones.
Yeah.
Like it. I always felt like Dr. Dre was like, he was very like universal with the music, but like for him to listen to like these different bands and stuff like that,
correct.
And then you listen to his beats, I'm like, you could tell like him, Pharrell, Jermaine Dupri, all of them, like they was inspired by a lot of different sounds. So that's what's up, man. So music was like your top.
Yeah, always. That's what. Remember I told you, because I was in the band.
Yeah,
like,
in the band.
So I wanted to know how to do it. And I wanted to know how to play the piano, drums,
So
trumpet.
So was you in the band in high school at American?
No.
Why not?
Because the computers took over.
Oh yeah, and then that's when the web design came in.
Yeah, it took over completely, bro. Like I said, once I got out of the band, 6th grade, I never looked back. Because I knew how to play notes. I can still play the trumpet to this day, like if I picked it up. Because I know my form, my posture, all that. But when the computer took over, bro, because I was making money from burning CDs, I was building MySpace layouts, making money from that. I was like, yo, this is. I grew up with the computer.
So you know about coding and all that stuff.
Not to
not to the exact, but you know about it, because MySpace.
Yeah.
I tell the kids, because it's crazy, because kids nowadays, like the younger generation, they know about coding. Like we was taught that when we was in school, but like there are actually like classes where they seriously want these kids to know about coding because technology, is taking over. And like I was telling them, like the closest I ever got to coding was, y'all may not know it, but like MySpace, for them, because they know about Facebook and Snapchat and all that. But MySpace was like you had to literally like copy and paste. Like, all right, cool, like this layout cool, but then you find out something was kind of messed up and stuff, so I'm like, dang, I gotta start this over again. And then of course again with the music, you used to play the music whenever someone come on your page, they're like, they could just tell like what type of person you are, what's your vibe and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was in middle school, I used to listen to a lot of Texas music, so like Mike Jones and Slim Thug and all of them, like I used to always have like a Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, Pimp C, DJ Screw, because I was in love with, I'm still kind of in love with Screw and Chop. Because it just, I don't know, it was just so cool, like it's so slowed down and stuff like that, and then like they just, it's kind of like down here like how we speed up music, but they slow it down, they cut it up and stuff like that, so you know what I'm saying, so we got that, we both got that same mentality of, when we was in school, like we used to grind it out. So after American, you went straight to college?
Yeah, I did. I went straight to Miami-Dade. Because, like I said, in middle school, at American, I was in web design, and then I ended up getting out of web design because my 9th grade year, the teacher that was really teaching me everything, I was soaking up everything from him. He ended up leaving the school because they opened up a new school and they were paying him more. So he left, and he was trying to get me to even go to that school, but it was just too far. So I'm like, man. So once he left the school, the next teacher that had the web design class, I knew more than him. So I'm like, man, I can't do this to myself. Like, and I was his, like, he had me helping him teach the class. So I'm like, nah, like, I can't do this. Like, I need to keep learning because I'm still in the process of, like, milking it in. I ended up getting out of that, and then I forgot what I did. I pretty much just started doing everything on my own from that point. Like, so I say like 10th grade is when I really started kicking into gear, like recording people, and I did it all for free. Until I graduated.
So you said your grandma told you to get into like blogging and things like that. What was the exact conversation? Like when was you to like surprise you, like, grandma, for real? Like, you want me to really do this?
Because my grandma, like, I feel like when like I'm being that I'm the grandson, I feel like it skips a generation. It passed my mom, but like it came back to us.
Yeah.
Like, so my grandma, she's arts. She went to Miami-Dade for arts.
Okay.
She graduated from the University of Miami for arts.
Okay.
And my grandma's 72 right now. She's still in school. Like, she went back to school because she's bored with life.
That's what I mean.
So
she's very creative.
Yeah. My grandma, she made clay pots with her hands. Like, she draws. My grandma, she actually designed hairstyles. So like, my grandma, she has pictures with Queen Latifah, Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, that's legend, man.
Yeah, like she actually she didn't like get the hair styles done. She actually designed them, drew them, and somebody else created it. And like, to like.
So she was like the, how you call it, like the person that was like, all right, I'm gonna make this. Like, this is a cool design and stuff. They showed it to the hairstylist, and then boom, that's what's up, man.
And she gave it a name and stuff like that. So when girls be having these weird hairstyle names, like my grandma probably made up one of those names. So she had a company in New York and Atlanta called Kimmy Kinks.
Kimmy Kinks, that's
and
what's
she
up.
used to go to all the like the Bronner Bros hair convention.
Yeah.
All those.
Okay, that's something that like the Essence Festival is.
So she was all that.
So she still do that? Like, she still go to the.
She like it was. She always was an entrepreneur.
Okay, so
she like retired herself.
That's what's up, man. That's the goal, man. Like, just retire myself and just do something else that I love, and then
so now my grandma, she went back to school, being at the computers alright.
Yeah.
Like she learning Photoshop, she learning Illustrator, she learning how to do graphic design. So she's turning her painted art that she does by hand and putting it to digital and like bringing it to life on the computer.
That's what's up, man. Damn.
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
What's up.
So my grandma understands, like.
So you still like, of course, you know that's your grandma. Like, you still go to her for advice. You still go to her. Do you show her your work?
No, I'm pretty sure she goes on. She checks it out because my grandma's always on Facebook.
Yeah.
She's old. Like, she just. So she's on Facebook, doing like checking it out. Because my website, everything is linked together. So my Twitter, my Instagram, everything's linked to my website, and it links to Facebook. So
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, cause I'm still in school. I'm getting my MBA, my third degree, and I tell people, like, I love school, like, you know, but not just for the books, but for networking.
Right.
So when you was at Miami-Dade, was that the place where you found your core, like your
Actually, no, because I was already like doing it in high school, so it literally just followed me, and then I just got more, like, I want to say known, but more people knew. Was aware.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They were aware. They were like, oh, yo, that's the guy. Like, so I just pretty much, and I created the company in 2014. The New Miami. So I was in college still, like.
So with the New Miami, cause it's a lot of people know about it. What was your whole goal when you first started the New Miami? Blog. So you like we said earlier, you wanted to. Did you want to support local artists, or did you want to support local and find new talent?
No, I only support local artists, like South Florida, because I feel like if I'm gonna fill a void, why would I attack something that's already been touched? Like, for example, I would never post Amigos post on my blog. Like, it does not make sense.
No.
It's Billboard. All these people are already posting that. So you're gonna be like on the 15th page on Google when you should be number one on Google because it's untapped.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
So what was like your first like project with the company? Like, who did you like interview or work with?
It's crazy. My first event was a all-rock event.
Really? What was that?
It was at Club Mecca in downtown Miami.
They don't have that no more down there, right?
Yeah, well, they still have it, but I think the name changed.
Yeah, the name changed and stuff like that.
But it was 2014, Club Mecca. It was an all-rock event, and it was called Summer of Sharkface. Mm-hmm. And the guy Alex and a couple of his guys that do his graphics and everybody, they hit me up. Yeah. Because I was literally brand new to hitting the scenes and everything, and I was really blowing up on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And they reached out to me. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll do it. So it was me, and I had like 4 or 5 people with me at the time. And we all went, got media coverage. Mm-hmm. I had shirts. We would walk around, going through the shirts. And we met a lot of local talent. And one of the guys is named Johnny Tiger. Very dope. And I don't know how to describe his music, but it's more like electronic rock. Electronic, okay. Like it's like, but he plays the beat pad live. Like he brings it to life. Like, so it was an all rock event at Club Mecca. Someone Sharkface.
Do you still talk to them to this day?
Actually, one of the guys hit me up because he wants to work with me now. Because the last big event I did was Trap Circus with Cardi B and all them people.
I want to talk about that because when I found out that was the event, whoever did it was from the crib.
It had to be.
So I and then 2, whoever did it, I want to talk to. I don't know, I just want to just pick their brain and stuff like that. So you was the one of the people that helped out with the event.
Actually, I wasn't. But the thing is, with that event, the event, everything, whoever started that event, it was perfect. But I feel like it was just unorganized. I feel like it was their first event.
I mean, it's their first.
For their first event, for the acts that they booked, that's what I'm saying. The props, the stage, the sound, everything was perfect. Mm-hmm. It just was chaos. And that's me. I would say only the people visiting and just the audience, they probably would have never seen it. But being that I'm used to going to events and seeing how things run smooth. Mm-hmm. That event was not smooth.
I mean, that's true because I know most events, first events, some fail, some may succeed, but it's still you still need more organization and stuff like that. But I felt like, I ain't go to the event, but I was like the idea of it and having of it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We need that.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Everything was perfect. Mm-hmm. It was just behind the scenes, it was just chaos. So anybody was walking on stage.
Yeah.
Just whoa, what's going on? Nigga, you got Cardi B and big names out here performing. It shouldn't be like this. It should be structured. At least I would.
But how was it overall? The experience?
No, overall.
Did you meet anybody?
That's what I'm saying. I pretty much being that I'm on the scene.
Yeah.
I pretty much know everybody that was there, but I don't know who the people were running it.
Okay.
But I know I found my way in. Mm-hmm. I got my way in. I took hella pictures. I'm on stage. I made sure I was there.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Yeah. That's what's up, man. So to get back to the new Miami. So that was first major event, with the rock event. Mm-hmm. So so after that, what happened next after that?
After that, I honestly, I was the only person covering the scene. As far as that's when XXX and all those people, before they even had a name, they were performing and people didn't know who they were. Mm-hmm. So it was the biggest person back then, and they're still relevant now, is Denzel Curry.
Yeah, Denzel Curry. People. A lot of people. It's crazy because I'm a gamer and stuff like that. So I be on YouTube, and one of the YouTubers it's a group. It's called Gaming Illuminati. They had a podcast and stuff, and one of the dudes, he's from St. Louis, and he was when he moved down to Florida, he moved to Tampa, and he was Denzel Curry is is dope. Yeah. We all know that, but just to hear people from out of the state be to recognize his talent.
He's big overseas too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's huge, but it was people it was very local, but nobody else was doing it. So what I did was, I took it upon myself to literally find out who's throwing all these events, and before they drop the flyer, get my logo on the flyer. That way, and I'll come out and do free media coverage, but my logo just has to be on the flyer. That way, when they see the flyer, they tie the flyer with the New Miami, but I never threw an event myself.
That's smart, bro.
Yeah.
That's smart, bro.
I never threw an event myself. I'm like, look, I'll give you guys free media coverage. Just put my logo on the flyer, and I'll help you promote it.
That's smart, bro. That's
like
every
you can't beat that.
Yeah, every like interview I've done, like someone always did something that was like, I respect that.
So I was like, and that was my game.
Yeah.
So I would run it up like that, and it got to the point where like I was just doing that, going to every event. Like I said, I would only get a few pictures of the artists, but my thing was take pictures of the crowd, because those are the people coming to see these people. And if you're posting stuff about them, you need them to follow you. Like, so that's that was smart. My logic.
Because like, once you aim at the fans spread the word, and people be like, the people that wasn't even at the event, they be like, I want to go to this. They start following you because you got the coverage.
Correct. So when they see the New Miami, they're like, oh, we going to this event. They see the logo now on the flyer. So I built my name up. So now people started to pay me to come out and And when I got to that point, it was like, okay, you're not gonna make money off of this. Like, it took me a long time to make money. Like,
I mean, we all. I mean, all of us. Like, I remember my first mixtape I ever like actually got money from was probably like 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, and that was like because of I was just releasing stuff, and then like the artist. He started saying that I knew a lot of artists. The artists not like known, but like, I mean, right now at this moment, like the artists that's like I worked with like hand to hand, like back like a few years ago. Some of them are like getting like a good buzz now. Correct. So I look at them like, instead of being salty, because like most people get salty, I'm like, no, this is what I want. Because you never know, once they blow up, they be like, hey, Anonymous was one of the people that, helped me along the way.
And that's my thing. Like, my whole thing is, like, everything I do is to build a relationship.
Yeah.
Everything I do is to build a relationship and never burn a bridge.
That's why I do the podcast, because I'm like, I know so many people, but I can also reach out to people that I haven't, like with you, like we know of each other, but I always wanted to be like, I want to build this relationship with you, you know what I'm saying? Because I respect your grind, and like with the whole New Miami movement and things like that, I'm like, one day I just want to just sit down and just conversate, and we doing it now. You know what I'm saying? So with the what's this, like 2015? Like with the...
It started, 2015. No, 2014.
14, now 2015, we
doing the same thing, but now we getting to the point where it's like I was working with this, like coming out of high school, I was working with this artist, Ocean Drive Jeff. I know about him. I know his manager. We went to school together. He like a distant cousin. Yeah. So it's just like, I actually reached out to him, but he said, he's not really doing too much right now as far as music. I'm like, and let me tell you how I got into
Shout out to you, bro. Like you, like when he had music out, like I was like, he's one of them artists that's like, cause you know about Lunch Money, right?
Correct.
Lunch Money, like a lot of people don't even know he's from Miami. I'm like, it's a prime example of you can still work. I think Lunch Money though, he kind of changed his lane a little bit. Yeah. To get to where he at, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Though. Yeah,
he's still chilling.
Yeah.
Still chilling. But so I was working with Ocean. Like that's the person that I pretty much molded my sound with, my graphic design. Like I got everything worked out with Jeff. Because I pretty much ran everything for him, except like I wasn't his manager.
Yeah.
So his website, his music, his releases, like I made sure all that stuff was on point. And then he something happened and he just stopped making music. Like he didn't even tell me. He told me, like the manager called me and told me, he was like, hey I don't know what's up, but he ain't making music. So I'm like, damn, I was just supposed to stop my life. I couldn't, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, I had to find something. And that's when I really started pressing the pedal on the New Miami. That's how come I was at every event, doing, like just like running my stuff up, because like one stop, I gotta keep moving. Like So that's when my homeboy, he makes music, but he wanted to start making beats. He was pretty good at making beats. So he started making beats. He was like, bro, I wanna work with an R&B artist. So I'm like, all right. And then we started looking for artists. all on Instagram. We couldn't find nobody. But like 2 months, 3 months later, he found this one artist. He kept reaching out, and she would never hit him up. So I sent her one email. She hit me up, and we've been working ever since. And that was Venus. Yeah, I just sent her one email.
I need you on the show. I literally like heard her album earlier this morning.
Oh no, not Savannah.
No, not Savannah. Oh my bad.
Not Savannah. Venus.
Venus. Okay.
That's Venus. Venus or more. That's one with the pink hair.
Do she have music on iTunes and things like that?
Yeah.
Cause I think I've heard some of her songs like a few years ago, but I don't remember. So I have to look back and stuff like that.
So with Venus, and from Venus, that's when I was doing like. So with Venus, how I did it was every event I was going to, I was plugging Venus in, getting her showtime. Yeah. So we did 3 shows. I paid for 1 show. We did 3 shows, and after the 3rd show, I got her paid for every other show.
That's what's up, man. I gotta come to you because I'm like that's why I'm going to school for like be a sports and entertainment agent. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I have an artist named Valona Denise. She's from Jersey, and like I'm really want to follow her. Like I support her. Like we did her first mixtape, Rolling Stone. Part 1, I hosted her. That was the first project, dope. And then we started a mixtape series called New Era Mixtape. New Era the Mixtape. So pretty much like new artists and stuff like that. Later on, I kind of found out somebody from down here got like a thing called New Era and stuff like that. But one day I wanted to interview them. Just conversate with them because with the mixtape it was something for like you have these new artists, from all over the world. Because with me, it's like I support my local talent, but I be on SoundCloud and stuff. So like I listen to some artists from like Maryland. I'm like, this dude is dope. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I like that's the whole concept with her. Me and her create that project, and then like she introduced me to people from like Jersey. Cause Jersey and Florida, we had similarities, especially with beats and stuff like that. So I heard some of their songs and stuff. I'm like, when I go up to New Jersey, like, like I want to be in every session. I want to be in every, like, if y'all have like shows or whatever. So right now, me and her just trying to build and like, how you deal with your artists, like, find her shows and stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, and being that I was working with Jeff, that led me to Venus. Like, I really learned everything working with Venus. And she was young. She was 18.
Yeah.
So working with her, like I was kind of like her big brother, daddy, everything.
Yeah.
So me and her, we would drive to Tampa, drive back, drive to Orlando, drive back, just to do shows, linking up people, going to Miami, going to Broward, doing everything we possibly can just to get her face known. And while also, because she had good music. So once we put it out, she was already, like, with her, I didn't have to work on her social media presence, because she had it. She was, like, one of those girls, like, on Instagram, on Twitter.
All the time, like, just.
So it was easy. Like, all I had to do was get her to the studio. That was it. Get her to the studio, get her original music so we can make money off of it. And that was the goal. And probably like last year sometime, one of her songs got picked up by the Oprah Winfrey Network. That's
what's up, bro. And that's what's gonna happen with Savannah.
Correct. So after working with Venus, that didn't work out because like a lot of confusion. And, everything was going on. So I never burned that bridge, but like I let her go off and do her thing. So me, being the man I am, I like. Every time something fails, like I don't consider it a failure. You feel me? It's just a lesson learned, and I keep moving. You feel me? So I found Savannah. Like I was on Twitter one day, and I don't even get on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, and I seen it. I was like, yo, who is this? Clicked her page. I saw her singing like a cover. And I was like, clicked her page. I'm like, damn, I'm looking for the link in the bio. Ain't no link in the bio. So I'm like, I had a DM. I'm like, yo, where the music at? What's going on? So like, I don't have any music. I'm like, say, look, we gotta work. So I pretty much explained to her everything about who I am. And I was like, look, you could come to my house. I record everything from my crib. You can bring whoever you want to make you feel comfortable. Let's just
cause that's one of the most important things. Like I'm not that. We both not that person. Like, but I always tell them like, if you need to come to the crib or whatever, or if we gotta meet somewhere in neutral grounds and stuff like that, you can bring somebody.
But like that's the same thing I do with Venus. Like I met up with Venus, and I'm like, look, like this is me. This is what I do. I brought her straight to the studio, and crazy how things work, bro. Like Jeff, when I was recording and doing everything for Jeff, he had a song that he did. I forgot the name of it right now, but the producer that was on it, his name was Frederick, and the beat was so hard. And when the files came back, I'm like, yo. The person on the other side of this know what they're doing. Like, who is this? Like, so when I was like, who is this? And Jeff even never met the guy, but they just conversated through like social media. So I'm like, yo, I want to meet the guy face to face. So I met up with him face to face, and I'm like, bro, we got to work one day because he's an engineer and producer, and I'm an engineer wanting to learn because I never went to school for it. You feel me? So I'm just trying to link with people that's on my same wavelength. You feel me? So I was like, damn, we gotta work, but we never had nothing to work on until Venus came about. So when Venus came about, I'm like, hey Fred, I got a project we can work on. Like, I got this dope artist, she's dope. Her name is her name wasn't even Venus at the time. We changed her name.
So what was her name before?
Her name was Jasmine Amore.
Jasmine. Jasmine Somore or Jasmine?
No, Jasmine Amore, like Jasmine Love. Yeah.
That's I mean. Cause I like when I be on social media, like I like look at for new artists. Like I said in my last show with Jacob, so like that's how I discovered her. Like how I found her, cause I had a Christian artist. We still cool to this day. His name Yak Yak. I don't know if you know him, ever heard of him. He's from the Grove, but I went on his page, and then I was I don't know. Like I'm a type of person. Like I like to if I'm working with someone, I like to branch.
Correct.
So I'm like, all right. Yeah, all right, cool. Let me see the artists that she work with, the producers and stuff that she work with and stuff. And I found her, and I'm like, you dope, and like somehow, some way, we gonna have to work together, or whatever. So right now, I'm trying to work on the album. So I told her like, I want you to be a part of it.
You taking the steps.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do is just do it, bro. Like, don't worry about nothing else. Just do it. And you're doing it.
Man, I'm trying. I'm trying, man.
You're doing it, bro.
So to get back to the whole thing, so
look, I met Frederick because he made the beat for Jeff.
Well, he from here too?
He from Broward, yeah.
Broward?
He actually from New Jersey or New York, but he moved out here. So, but he's a Floridian.
He's
here. But
he got that lingo.
Yeah. But he's good.
Yeah, that's like what my fiance, her sister, like they was born in New York, but like her little sister is more like you could tell she's from. Like she's from Florida and she is from New York. My fiance, she got that. All right, I can tell you from Manhattan, but her little sister is like she was born in New York, but
raised in
South Florida, and then like she just. I'm like, where you from, Dade? I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So met up with Fred. Wanted to work with him, but I never could because we both do the same thing. So it's not like I'm an artist. So I'm like, I just wanted to learn from him. So pretty much. I brought him Venus. We started working with Venus. Every Saturday we had 12-hour sessions for like 8 months straight.
That's what's up, bro. 12 hours? 12
hours. Like we was in the studio, crazy nights. Like I'm losing sleep. I gotta go to work at 5 in the morning. Like just like crazy. And like I'm putting all my eggs in like just trying to make her like pop. Like just all my resources. So we doing that. The thing is, with Venus, we never even got to put out all the music we was making. We only put out like 4 songs, like on the like Spotify and shit like that. But we put out like.
And how did people respond to her songs?
Nah, she was popping.
Yeah,
she was popping.
So you said that right now, like y'all still keep in contact, but like she's just doing her thing and stuff.
She's doing her own thing, but like I said, I never burn a bridge, and my thing is to always keep positive relationships.
Yeah.
So, like, even though we don't work together, I like still check on her, make sure she good, like here and there.
Yeah, cause like even with artists, like I said earlier, like artists that I used to work with, like we used to talk like almost every day and stuff, to try to do different projects, like. they venturing out and they doing like incredible things, and I'm just right there in front of the computer, like like so, I know him, like I knew him when we was, you know what I'm saying, like but we like whenever like, you know, we getting older now, so people, you know, we all getting married and stuff, having kids and things like that. So whenever I see that, I always make sure I hit them up and like, you know, congratulations and stuff. You know, even like birthdays and things like that. Or
shit
like
matters, bro.
so like I always felt like there's always a time when that time to, you know, circle back and start working. And I feel like, well, not only with my podcast, but also with a project that I want to work on, with the album, and also with the mixtapes I have. You know, with Valona, it's just that circle. Like, I'm just going back to the people that you know I worked with before and stuff like that.
That's your little outlet.
Yeah. So I like to go in like chronicle order and stuff like that. So 2016. Cause I don't want to touch Savannah yet.
No, so
I want to go 2016
happened in Savannah.
So it's like I'm an instant big fan. Like, it's crazy, like, cause she only had like 9 tracks on her project. I'm like, I wish it was more, but you know, I understand nowadays, you know, a lot of people attention spans is not as.
The thing is, you drop small projects, but you have to drop consistent music. So like, you drop a project, you got to throw a couple singles in there, SoundCloud, just to get like something. Then boom, drop another project. Then that you don't have a packed project, then you could split that and drop 2 projects in that year. You feel me?
So what happened in the whole like 2016 with everything, with New Miami and with yourself?
So between 2014, 2015. 2016, even last year, like it's been hard for me to like keep a solid team. Like, I've been trying to find a solid team since I started. You feel me? So now I got to the point where currently last year, 2017, I found 3 solid people that's like solid. Like, they're on board, like ready to go. So
can you say names or no?
Yeah, I can.
So name the 3 people and why they, you know, part of the team.
Alright, so in the beginning, I was just trying to put people on. On my team. Like, not even giving them a title, not even giving them a direction. Just like, I needed people to be with me to get shit done. Not being business structured with it. Like, So I was doing that, and everything was just unorganized. So after that little phase went out, I found more I got more organized a little bit. So I started the Google Forms, and then I found these 3 interns. And they was working with me, and like, they still working to this day. One passed away because he used to go to FIU. Something happened with him at FIU. He got shot at FIU. A little Spanish kid named Zaldua. And him and another kid named Alibaba. They were my photographers. Okay. And my first intern, who I really made a part of my team, was Vanessa. She was 18 at the time, and she found Zaldua and Alibaba.
So they all went to FIU?
No.
Oh, okay.
Zaldua went to FIU. Alibaba, he didn't go to school. I don't think so, at least. And Vanessa, she was in high school. We're doing like dual enrollment in college. Okay. So, I found them. I found her. She found them at a Mick Jenkins concert.
Mick Jenkins.
Yeah. So I dropped her off to a Mick Jenkins concert because she didn't have a ride. So I dropped her off, and she came back with these 2 guys. Like, yo, Kim, I met these 2 dope guys. So we were literally every event. It was me, Vanessa, Zaldua, and Alibaba running every event, and that's when I felt like I was getting somewhere. And then like things happened. Like we had got separated for a short time. And then plus, it wasn't a lot of events happening how they used to happen, like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, that's when it was like...
It was like...
But a lot of stuff started closing down and stuff like that, so...
So all the venues started closing, all that stuff, so the shows slowed down. So it was like a gap where we didn't really work, but we were trying to get stuff on board, and that's when I came up with the idea, because I saw the podcast wave coming. So I was like, I need to jump on it, So I told them, I was like, yo, let's start a podcast. So what I did was, I started something called, I think this was like 2015, 2015.
Yeah, cause I remember it was like 2015 going to 2016.
Yeah, so I started a podcast called Miami Soundwave Radio.
Yeah.
And that, I just wanted to be a hub to host different podcast channels. So I wanted it to be like the HBO network that have different shows on that network.
So can my show be on there?
Yeah.
Cause I'm on different platforms, but I'm always open like to. Cause even me and my fiance, we have a podcast called Cuddle Talk, so that's more relationships. You know what I'm saying?
And I peeped that. I saw that on Instagram.
That's like I told her like I feel like my podcast like my on Lauren is gonna be. It's gonna blow up, but with Cuddle Talk, if we be more consistent, because you know she's a teacher and like I work a 9 to 5 too. If we could be more consistent, at least record at least once a week, like that podcast could be golden. Like we could.
So that's the thing. So I came up with the whole Miami Soundwave Radio because what I wanted to do is, like I said, I wanted to have a hub where channels, you can click to a different channel and listen to a different type of podcast on that channel. So when I came up with the whole Miami Soundwave Radio, I was doing it myself, the podcast in my room with the 2 photographers, and they would ask the questions to the artists. So we did the Nobodies, and we did.
Yeah, I heard the Nobodies and who was
Ludi.
Ludi.
So
that was the only episodes though.
That was the only episodes. We had more, but the thing is, the way I had it in my mind planned out, it like I said, I didn't have a space. I was still in my bedroom. The timing when everything was off, and then like I was trying to figure it out because I already had the tools to do it, but it was hard to do it. So I'm like, you know what? I need somebody else to do this. So I hit up Mars. Mars, when I was at every event, this nigga would be at every single event.
Mars be traveling. I think he was in LA.
He's staying in LA.
He's staying in LA now.
So let me he came. I'm like, we was outside of an event, and I called him. I'm like, Mars, bro, look, I need you to start a podcast. Like, I'm telling him this, and he was like, bro, I don't know about that, bro. He just telling me, I'm like, bro, it's the next wave. Like, we gotta do this. And he was already on to like doing interviews. He was watching interviews, but he never did an interview. So I'm like, bro, let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. So like, literally almost a year, 8 months or almost a year later, this nigga finally came back around like, bro, I'm ready to do the podcast. And I'm like, bro, let's go. So we started a podcast, and it was the Mars Files. And that's when we started with the dropping it on SoundCloud and dropping it on YouTube, getting our YouTube page up. And he was the one that gave me an idea about the YouTube. Because he saw the No Jumper podcast. So his thing was to... No Jumper slogan, I think, is the coolest podcast in the world. And his slogan was the second coolest podcast in the world. Like, cause he wanted to like idol No Jumper. So we started racking up interviews, and Mars knows everybody because he's at every event talking to all the artists.
I checked out his like he's another one I want to be on. I want him to be on my podcast one day because I even reached out to him. I like, man, I'm trying to be on your podcast. Like I need my voice to be heard because as a DJ that's known but not like, you know, like a DJ Meat, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, all these other DJs that's from, you know, Miami that's known. Like I've been working for a while, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be on a platform where I can, you know, tell them like who am I and stuff, and like what my goal.
And that's the whole purpose of the rebranding of the New Miami, streaming vibes, where everything tied together. Because once I create the New Miami website, and it's taking me a while because like that's my baby. Streaming vibes is already up. What I'm doing is I'm working now because I want to launch it next month. So I've been doing interviews since last year, like stacking them up, written interviews. I want to have written interviews. I don't want to do just like a post. I don't want to repost what people's already posted. I want to get my own content, my own photos, my own interviews, my own, like, so it can be like, damn, I want to be on this website. Like,
Cause like I even told my fiance, like, I want to get a camera for our show, for my show, and just like it's the visuals, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I told myself I'm gonna wait like 10 episodes for each of the podcasts, so this will be on YouTube as audio. But soon, you know, as I get my own space, like as far as like a studio or whatever, I want to have the visuals and stuff when I'm interviewing everybody.
You don't have to wait. Just set it up in your room, bro. bro, literally, if you go on my YouTube channel right now, every episode that we did for the podcast of the Mars Files is in my bedroom, which you can never tell. And you can see my room grow, literally, from the first episode to the last episode where we shot it in my room. From the equipment, from the desk that I bought, like everything started to build up slowly, bro.
So with the Mars Files, because I mean, podcasting been around for a while. It's just, cause you remember in school, in our English literature, we used to have to listen to these podcasts.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I knew about podcasts, but I felt the wave coming again, like.
I feel like because of the culture, like you know, you have
the whole streaming.
Yeah, like the streaming, like. We was like, not only we could do visuals, but we could be audio, like ESPN First Take, my favorite show, like on, like sports show. Like that's why I get some of my inspirations from like, you know, doing interviews. It's from like Stephen A. Smith and Max and, you know, Skip Bayless, even though he's on Fox now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With Shannon. And like, I'm like, I could be a good interviewer, but I'm like, I don't really like to talk like that. But I've noticed when I conversate with people, like how me and you like conversing right now, I can bring out a lot, and they could do the same for me, and it could be like hours of conversation and stuff, and like doing the conversation, you know, you just learning new things and stuff like that.
That's what I mean. Any idea I come up with, I make sure I have the name for it.
Yeah.
Like if like the whole Miami Sound Wave, like I didn't take off with it, but I made sure one, I got a domain name. Two, it's like the Instagram, the Twitter, everything is me. So that way when I'm ready, I can pop off. You feel me?
Yeah. Cause like even when I made the two podcasts, like I want a name that stick out. So whenever you put in, cause John and Sederi presents Cuddle Talk, but even if you put Cuddle Talk, they're like, oh, okay, that's their podcast. But Sports Biz Music, you don't hear that.
Yeah.
And plus, you could tell like it's urban, but I'm willing to put anybody on the show that's entrepreneurs.
And that's another thing too. Like in the beginning stages, everybody thought I worked for them in Miami because I would go to every event and wear the shirt with my logo on.
But you the founder.
But they didn't know. I'm working. I got the camera in my hand. I got the shirt on. I'm running around trying to get these pictures. And then like, cool. How can I get into it? I want to work for them in Miami. I'm like, it's me. Like, it's only me. Like, and people still to this day. That's what I mean. My whole thing was not to put a face on my brand because I didn't want people to prejudge it. You feel me?
Yeah.
And people, so to this day, people still don't know. So when they see me, they're kind of shocked. They're like. But I'm like...
That's what's up, bro. Because, like, you really, like, even though we the same age, I'm actually older than you. Probably, like, a few months. When your birthday?
I just turned 25, so December 22nd.
So you a Capricorn. That's what I'm talking about, bro. We out here, bro. We working, man. Because I just turned on 26 on the 7th of January. So we working, man. Yeah. But I'm like, just the platform that you created, like, I'm like... And he's from the crib, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is inspiration. Like this will make me like.
And that's the thing too. Like I said back then when I was trying to burn the CD, and nobody would never tell me. Once I found out, I told everybody how to burn the CD. How to do it, because I'm like, I hate that feeling of rejection. You feel me? So like, anybody ask me something, I'm telling them exactly how to do it. Because at the end of the day, I'm still me. Like I'm gonna get it out the way I want to get it out, but you're gonna take it and do your own thing with it. Like, and that's I always understood that. You feel me?
And that's my point, because I was talking to who I was talking to. It was an artist I was talking to. I think it was Jessica So in the last podcast, because there was a few artists that I had spoke to in the last episodes. But I tell them like, and Andre too with the clothing line with Most Vows. I told him like, it's so many ideas. You could be doing the same thing, but like with my podcast, it's Sports Biz Music. I'm directing not with just music, but also with the athletes, with not even just the athletes, like people who own like sports stores or got other sports radio and stuff. Like I'm breaking it down, you know what I'm saying? So like, there's always something new, you know, and there's always some opportunities and stuff like that, and you can always collab with people. And I always felt like people who try to steal people's ideas are the people that's not creative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not like, oh, he's doing this, but I'm gonna grab that.
And that's the thing with me, like every time I hear something, I hop on it, because like before everybody started saying New Miami, I heard it was a cartoon show. I want to say Rick and Morty, or it was another cartoon show.
Rick and Morty, I don't really watch it, but it got a buzz. Like that's like
but that's what I'm saying. It was one of those shows because somebody sent me a clip. Somebody sent me a clip, and I was watching it on TV, and it said the New Miami, and I was like, it just sound good. Like, that shit sound good. So when I came up with the idea, that's when everybody was like, oh, New Atlanta, New Broward, New this. I'm like, it's perfect. It was perfect timing.
Yeah, because like even with my other businesses, I have a marketing company. It's called Random Stuff Marketing.
Okay.
You know, random. Then
I follow that.
Yeah, like it's because all right. So this that page was my
that's what I know.
That page was my DJ page. I went through a hiatus for about a year, so I was just like, I love marketing. I love like just sharing people's stuff and stuff like with different shows and stuff like that. Like different, like when people do a show and stuff like that, or like when people got like new clothing brands coming up. I like to support, especially from like the hometown. You know what I'm saying? So I like this is gonna be the marketing page. I deleted everything. This is gonna be the marketing page, and then the DJ page it was like brand new. So then, before I took the year hiatus, I was on a roll. Like I started meeting new people and stuff. I was starting to like do this and do that. I was like, I need to take a step back because at the time I didn't know how to, deal with it. Because I'm like, tomorrow I can blow up.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna do the marketing. And then when I did the new DJ Anonymous page, that was like, where you been at? Like the people that really, cause you can tell the people that really mess with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, like where you been at, bro? So like I had to explain to people that I took a break. I had to take a step back. I had to look what I was doing wrong, and through that whole time, I created the marketing. I created the clothing brand.
And you took the hiatus.
Yeah.
Like me. I would say I took a hiatus too, but that's what I didn't really take a hiatus, but that's what caused me to rebrand the New Miami, because people were asking, like, anytime somebody asks you a question and it's not up front, something's wrong. You feel me? Like if they ask you a question, they should already know the answer. Yeah. So when people ask me, oh, what is it that you do? Like it didn't hurt me to like tell them. But I'm like, if they're asking me this, it's not clear enough. It's not clear enough. So I need to make it clear, like, so they can be like, oh shit, this is exactly what.
And it's like, bro, you pretty much like, you like the Jay-Z, you like the Jermaine Dupri. You know what I'm saying? Right, realizing it because of the brand.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like to get everyone. Like, just to come to you in full circle, like the Icebergs, the Young Fees, the Little Pumps, like...
I'm saying, I interviewed X, I interviewed, like, a lot of...
You help them up, you start up their career. With the new wave of artists, like XX, I had to really... I had to take a chance on him, because, like, because I work with kids. So like one of them, I used to work with the county, and I work with like a private company for after school club. But one of the kids, she went to the West, and she was like, "Coach Mobley, you never heard XX Extension?" I said, I know of him. I'm afraid to listen to him because he looked like with the prejudging. We all prejudged. I'm like, he looks kind of like, I don't know. And then, but one of the kids actually, I was hearing him listen to like a song that he did. And I didn't really like it. So I forgot what album that was. But it had like the Orlando trap in it. I forgot what album it was, but it was so laid back. I'm like, he's very creative. You know what I'm saying? Like he's different. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not, what I can say, like I can relate to what he's trying to say, you know what I'm saying? But everyone's different.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And like I with the new talent, like I praise most of them. Some of them I still gotta get used to. But
that's why I like Mars, because Mars is he's really open to everything, and he kind of, me working with him, like I didn't know that Mars was gonna do what he's doing now.
Yeah.
I just knew, one, he knew everybody. So that would be the perfect person to be on my podcast.
Yeah.
So once I figured that out, I'm like, okay, Mars, let's do it. So me not knowing, just me getting to know Mars even more, he was already up on interviews, watching Howard Stern, watching all these people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, so you wanted to do this, but he didn't know himself.
Yeah.
Until like I put it out in front of him, like, hey bro, let's do this. Like, so once he came along, at first he was nervous, but he started getting into it, and it started coming natural to him.
I still get nervous because it's just, I never seen myself being an interviewer, like just interview people, but it's just more of an open conversation, you know what I'm saying? So, like, to this day, I'm still learning, you know, like how to conduct interviews, but I'm getting good reviews because they said, like,
no, but they say you only on episode 10.
Yeah.
You go to my episode 10, and then look at our episode. I think you're like at 70 or something.
Yeah, because y'all deep. Y'all deep. I'm trying to catch up to y'all.
So that's what I'm saying. Just, the thing is, and we had got lost too because the interviews was happening so fast that we couldn't upload it. We will upload it on YouTube, but forget about the SoundCloud.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, we gotta hurry up and catch up on the SoundCloud. Like, it was like a... Like, so I say just make sure you're structured in the beginning.
Yeah.
And follow through with it because we were playing catch up.
Yeah.
To like make sure everything lined up properly.
Cause I get what you mean because I reached out to so many people. It was people I like, all right, I'm scheduled with you on the 4th. But then like someone be like, no, I got you on the 3rd. But now I gotta be careful because I like to take a couple of days or so, like breaks before I interview someone else, because that give me time to do more research.
Yeah, but with Mars, bro, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, we were doing like 6 in a day, back to back. Like,
I'm not there yet.
But that's the thing. We weren't there, but the time, my timing, because I had all the equipment, but I worked 5 in the morning, so I really can't. So when we started doing, like, we would go ham. We would have them shit lined up back to back. And I'm talking about like, it's like 10 people, 14 people in my crib sometimes. Like, I'm like, yo, we gotta start making a limit. Like,
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, like, we in the room. I don't want them outside of my living room. Just like, so we had to cut it to a limit. Like, but we would go ham, bro. Like, it was something we were doing back days.
Yeah.
They had like 10 interviews already.
Yeah.
And just spaced it out. But I feel like then that we didn't have like a structure.
Yeah.
Like, we were running crazy, like getting the interviews and we will get them out, but not follow up on all the proper platforms.
So as I'm an up and coming podcaster, I'm pretty sure y'all reached out to people, but after a while, people started reaching out to y'all about doing interviews. What episode was that when people started like, you know what?
I don't know, because they would hit me up and I would make Mars do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't handle it.
Yeah, because
I told Mars that is his, like,
he
controls that. Because
I've seen a few episodes, like the visuals and stuff like that, and I'm like, bruh, like.
And that's the thing. All of
dope.
that is off the iPhone. Every episode.
On the iPhone? So she had like a stand with the iPhone?
No, we had a phone and like a couple books behind the phone to keep the phone up. And we just put it on airplane mode. Put it on the front face camera.
Yeah. Did y'all ever have to travel to interview someone?
Yeah. Like, you'll see once the room started changing, like the scenes completely. That's when we had to like travel. So
what was like your first like travel interview? Like, you had to go. We
did it at this kid named Abyss.
Abyss?
Yeah.
He's a rapper?
Yeah.
Where he from?
He from Broward.
From Broward, and how was that? Like,
we went to his crib, and it was just an open platform. Like, they was just smoking, they were just doing everything. So to me, I'm the sound guy, so I just make sure the audio is good. The visuals, it really don't matter unless the audio is good.
That's what's up, man. So what are the plans for New Miami for like I want to say that for a little bit, like in about a few minutes, but what do you see New Miami doing this year?
This year? So for the last 4 years, my whole thing was to always get a space for my people to come and work.
Yeah.
So, just this month, I got the space. So, it's been 4 years.
How was that process, like, to get a space for the...
Actually, God.
Yeah.
Like, my grandma moved to Jacksonville, and the house that we have in Miami Gardens is paid off. So, me and my sister moved into it, and we pay my grandma. We just pay the taxes and whatever.
That's what's up.
And my grandma take care of everything else.
That's what's up.
The house paid off, so we pay my grandma, and it's our house pretty much.
That's what's up, man.
I turned one of the, we had a den, I turned the whole den into the studio. Like, when people come sit down, play the game, you can record, you can do anything in there now.
That's what's up, man. So what was, like, your favorite moment throughout the years as, you know, the owner of New Miami? Like, what was that moment that was just like, you can never forget?
Honestly, I'm pretty humble, so everything that something big happens, I'm like, it could be the smallest thing, but it's big to me, you feel me? Like, working with Bird, I worked with Zoe Dollars before. Like, the thing is, I'm just trying to incorporate everything that that I do as myself under my brand. So mixing and mastering, that's what I do. That's the service that the New Miami provides. I got the promotions and advertisement, like with the whole Google ads. I'm pretty good with SEO and like the whole.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing business very soon, man. Because I'm thinking about just starting a website for the podcast, because it's growing. It's growing. So it's just like, I'm on all these platforms, but now I need to have my own website so people just click on black.
Everything directs back to you. That's the whole point when starting a business, is to get everything to direct back to you. And my whole thing is, being that everything is going digital, I'm trying to stay like above the curve, and like I want to do like digital distribution for like local artists, and make sure like I help them get their music to a certain point. And that's a service that I want to incorporate into the company, because I'm already doing mixing and mastering. I'm already doing the media coverage at different events, so people can hire me to come to their event, take pictures, run it up, get videos, get photos, and make the event look bigger than what it really was, or is, or even if it's a big project, it's just coverage. You need coverage, and on a local scale.
Yeah, because I feel like, you remember back in the day, they said, what's that channel? Video Mix. We don't really have that.
They still here though.
They still here, but we don't have that that want to. I guess because of YouTube and everything, but I still feel like, at the end of the day, TV not going nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's the thing, that's with this whole streaming thing too, is like, that's why I'm trying to stay above the curve, because July 1st of this year, they're not selling CDs anymore in the stores.
What?
Best Buy is not selling CDs.
When you heard that?
It's on the news. You can Google it. July 1st, 2018, there are no more CDs being sold.
I mean, it makes sense because of like streaming and things like that. Because you don't even have, it don't make no sense.
So with that coming up, like, I'm trying to be like, okay, so what can we do? Because with streaming, I pretty much learn from the people that's doing it. Like, I don't really like the Migos, but I learn and watch.
Wait. Finish what you were saying, then we could talk about that. Okay, I don't blame you, but
so like, I don't really like the Migos, but I listen to them because, one, I'm an engineer, and I need to know like how this shit is cutting through the mix when it's coming through the radio. I just want to hear how their producer and their engineer are making it sound like that. So their whole little camp, I just watch their camp and I see how they're doing. They're dominating the
they working, man.
But that's the thing, it's like digital trapping. They're not selling albums. They're just dropping the music on Spotify, Tidal, whatever. And so many people already subscribe to those services that when they play it, their friends play it. They're connected. It just and everybody's playing it, and they dropping so much music that you have to stream their music.
Yeah.
And the playlist, all those new Spotify playlists, like Rap Caviar, all those, like, that's the new radio station. Because your shit is not getting played on a radio station, but your shit will get played on a playlist.
Yeah, cause like I noticed that like shout out to my boy Cam. I don't know if you ever heard of Oats. It's a clothing brand based down here. So he pretty much have it's called Over a Trillion Serve. It's the clothing brand. So on iTunes he create a playlist like every week.
So
and that's to help it.
He's smart. You know why? Because people are gonna follow him on his playlist. His playlists are gonna have so many followers that he could be like, yo, I could charge you X amount of dollars to put you on my playlist.
Yeah.
Guarantee this amount of streams per week.
Yeah. That's smart. Because I thought about doing that. I like, because when I first started working out, like, I named my playlist Sports Biz Music. So I'm like,
people could subscribe to that.
Yeah. I seen that. I'm like, bro, like,
so that's what I'm saying. You could take over with that.
So people don't understand, like, it's so much opportunity. That's why every time I wake up, I'm like, I get this joy because I'm like, it's something new coming.
And that's my whole thing. Like, I'm trying to just link with people that's like on the business side of things and like try to figure out how we can use like the tools that's already out there to like jump off of pretty much, like, because it's not like we can't recreate Spotify.
No, we can't.
Like, so we gotta use Spotify to its advantage.
Yeah, and it just somehow create something like even brand new. Because I feel like
to link with the Spotify.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
but that's still
like creating the playlist.
Yeah, but that's still crazy. I can't believe that because like I remember they brought back vinyls and like the actual cassette tapes, but they getting rid of CDs. But
so now, when you make a CD, it's kind of like a collector's item. So if you sell it off your personal website or like something like that. But they're not gonna be in the stores.
If y'all heard that, because I got an idea for that, I'm gonna try to buy as much CDs as I can. Yeah. So 10 years from now, I'm gonna be like, I got this. How much you want for it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm selling on eBay.
Yeah, for like. Cause you'll be surprised, like, think of like all the classic albums that came out the past 3 to 4 years, like the J. Cole's and Kendrick's and stuff like that. Yep. Like, and that's our generation.
That shit still wrapped.
Yeah.
Plastic, you feel me?
Yeah. So what are the goals 5 to 10 years from now for the company?
Honestly, I just wanna like I said, be like the go-to company for like the South Florida region for entertainment. So when it comes to artist management, development, media coverage, I want to take over like completely. Mixing and mastering. I want to get a whole group of engineers underneath me to like actually create a brand or company to like really be out here testing these people's mixes, because people don't care about the music anymore. They just like tossing that shit out there. And I feel like that stuff still matters. I mean, quality still matters.
And that's another thing. Because I talked about this with Valona, because I actually had her on the show. It's a thing where, all right, you come out with an album. For nowadays, you come out with an album, and then after the album, you can still come out with singles, and probably like an EP or a mixtape, and then drop an album probably like the year after. Because you remember back when we was growing up, the album could last 2 to 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the Migos doing. Migos just dropped the album last year. They dropped another one this
year.
Yeah. And they doing it every year at the top of the year.
But why? Because I'm not going to lie. When I ain't like the Migos at first, but then they started to grow on me.
Because they're dominating the market. It's not that you don't like them. I mean, it's not that you like
them. It's just
they're dominating the market. That's the only thing they're playing. Like on every playlist, on every like they're in rotation. You hear me? So you have to like
I feel like people like Gucci Mane and like Jeezy and like T.I., even Trick Daddy, like they started that. You know, they started that trend where most people don't listen to me. Okay. I'm a not force it on people, but I'm just gonna work and just release it. You know what I'm saying? Especially Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane is like, he's to release stuff every week. Yeah. But you know.
And that's why like I pick people's brains and stuff like that for that reason. Like I don't really care about their music, none of that stuff. I like their tactics that they use. You feel me?
Yeah.
Their business acumen and how they move.
So I like, before I end the show, because that's one of the questions I like to ask, but who are your top 5 artists that you grew up listening to? And for you, since you're in the media, top 5 artists that's like of all time on your list, and not necessarily a top 5, but like the artist that's up and coming from Florida.
Alright, so I can do the up and coming from Florida.
Right.
I got 12 because I work with him and his music.
12 where he's from?
From Kansas City.
He's like on major platforms.
Yeah. He's pretty big. He's pretty big to be still local.
You gotta text me his name.
So 12 I got my artist Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah should be number 1.
Yeah, I got Savannah.
Yeah.
Who else? Locally, I like this girl from Tampa. Her name is Betty Doll. Like her aesthetics, everything about what she does to me is just like she's creative as fuck. Her shit is quality. She know what she wants. So her name is Betty Doll. She's dope as fuck. She's from Tampa.
Okay.
I'm thinking people that I'll do a show with. That's what I'm trying to think.
Alright,
So, Savannah, 12 and Betty Doll.
That's another thing too. Before you do the rest of the 2, I also think that as well that if you could do a show and you dominate the show, you already made it. Like Cardi B and a few like Bruno Mars. It's a lot of artists. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember my first concert was a J. Cole concert.
Me too.
He made me like I'm like, bro, you.
Which one at Revolution?
No. This is recent, like last year. It was like my first ever concert. I never been to a concert before. Like my fiance, she went to a lot of people's concerts, especially when she was at FAMU. It's not that I never want to go to concerts, it was that I was a person I never liked to be around a lot of people like that. But when I went to his concert, I'm like, Eminem was my favorite rapper of all time, but I'm like, J. Cole, you may be number 1, cause like, he
I won tickets off 99 Jams to J. Cole concert, his first concert ever.
And how was that?
It was straight because he had a cast on his leg.
Yeah.
I think he had broke his leg or some shit.
Yeah, he played ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, so he had a cast on, but the crowd did the show for him. Like his first album, I guess it's Night Lights Out, whatever.
Friday nights. Yeah, that was the mixtape. Yeah. It was. That's like one of my.
When he was like in Letterman's jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Wait, no, you talking about when he was sitting down?
Yeah.
No, that was not Friday Night Lights. That was the first album, the actual what's it called? Don't Bash Me, the cult following y'all. Cause he my favorite. I know what you mean. I know the album you talking about.
That album, because those two, he did those together, like the Friday Night Lights and that together. And the crowd.
I think it was Sideline Story. Wasn't it Sideline Story?
Yeah. It was crazy, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, this shit is wild. And it wasn't even a big venue like that. And then my first concert, like, concert, it was Kendrick.
Kendrick? Yeah. And how was that? I always wanted to go to a Kendrick.
That shit was... Yo, I didn't know people, like... So we went to... It was at the American Airlines, right?
Yeah.
And throughout the whole show, nobody lit a joint, nobody smoked. You'll think, like, this shit on, like, damn, this shit kind of, like, strict. As soon as Kendrick came out, the whole fucking arena put out the joint. Everybody started smoking. I'm like... These niggas was holding out to wait for Kendrick to come so they could vibe out. Yo, it was crazy. Like, they knew every word. Like, when they paused the music, that's all you hear people actually saying the lyrics. Like,
do you think that, like, 20 years from now, you know, especially when we start having kids, think J. Cole, well, they already on I feel like they legends, you know. Yeah. You think they will be, like, pictured, like, as a pioneer for their generation, like as a Biggie, Tupac, Big Daddy Kane?
No, only person I can see that is Kendrick.
Kendrick? Why not J. Cole?
Because
you think he need a couple more albums?
No, not even that he need a couple more albums. The way he positioning himself, like,
okay,
I don't feel like he's positioned. Like, because there's a lot of great artists out here that they don't rank.
Yeah.
So I feel like he would be one of those that you know he's good as fuck, but they just don't rank him. Like, they don't keep him up to that high regard.
He's in his own category. Just like when I speak about Drake, I feel like
it's gonna be Drake and Kendrick.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, do you think
the way they're building their persona and how they embody themselves, they creating that persona of like a Michael Jackson. They're actually doing that.
I kind of put Drake where Snoop Dogg at, because Drake is worldwide. He's worldwide known. Like he's universal known.
Yeah.
Like Snoop Dogg.
Kendrick too.
Yeah, Kendrick too. But I'm just saying, like, Kendrick is, when you think of Kendrick, you just think of him as an artist as far as like a rapper. Drake is like, he did everything. Snoop Dogg did everything.
And that's what I like about Kendrick. Because you can't say that about Kendrick. Kendrick never been in a movie, but look at his videos. He get actors to act in his videos, which is a movie. You feel me? Like
the Black Panther, like the whole that whole soundtrack is live.
So he's cutting corners, but still ending up on the big screen. Like, he don't have to be an actor, but he made the soundtrack for the movie. Like, come on, like that's. What more can you ask for? Like, that movie gonna be played so many times. It's already made X amount of dollars. He did the soundtrack. That's licensing. That's money. Like,
a lot of people don't realize that once you get in like movies and stuff and they get replayed, like he's going checks every day. Like even with shows, like I remember the Wayans brothers. They say half of their money they make every year is because of the Wayans brothers, like the show.
Yep, because they get reruns.
Yeah, so it's like syndicated. Yeah. So before we close out the show, the two other artists.
The other two, I like K. Charles.
K. Charles.
Yeah, you gotta look him up. And K. Charles, Savannah, 12, Baby Doll, and somebody else from Florida that I really bump.
You know who I like? I like Tokyo. What's her name?
Tokyo Stroman?
From Jacksonville. The
tall, skinny girl?
Yeah, from Jacksonville. No, Tokyo Jet. That's her name. She's from Jacksonville.
Yeah, but she signed with T.I.
She dope, bro. Like, she dope. I like. She's one of them. I feel like. She's from Florida, but I feel like she gonna get to that point where it's like. She gonna be kind of commercial, but to me she's dope, bro.
I ain't really check that stuff out.
You gotta check it out. Like they put out a rank last year about like the top 25 rappers, and she was on the. I'm like, she could have been higher, because from a couple songs I heard from her, even though some of them was Future, like you could tell like she's lyrical. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to think of my last artist for South Florida. I say. Because I ain't really been no rapper, so I'm going to say right now, I'll say Bushy B.
Bushy B, what part he from?
Opalaka.
Oh, he from the hood.
Yeah. Opalaka. That's Iceberg artist too. I used to engineer for him before he even started working with Iceberg.
So all these artists, they got like music out on different platforms, so you definitely got to text me that so I can listen to them and I can follow them, and they could be on the show as well.
Yeah, I got for my mainstream, it's R. Kelly, Mary J. Blige, Trick Daddy, Alive. I'm gonna do Alive.
You could do Dead too. Aaliyah. That's another question. Do you think Aaliyah would be where Beyonce is at if she was still alive?
I think she would be better than Beyonce, because at the end of the day, it was the team behind Aaliyah.
Yeah,
and I think how is the team behind Beyonce?
Yeah.
Aaliyah team was nice.
Yeah, like
and she had Jay-Z on her team.
Yeah. Cause Jay-Z.
Imagine, bro.
Man.
And and that's the thing. Aaliyah didn't even need a group or nobody. Like Beyonce been doing this shit since like so young.
Yeah, from Destiny Child and all that shit.
Out with the shit.
Yeah.
Like she was already big. She was already bigger than what she was. She was already in movies. She was she been past Beyonce. Like
she was before her time.
Yeah.
And I remember when she passed, that was a sad year.
Bro, they played that shit in my school.
Mm-hmm.
That's how big that shit was.
Yeah. And then who's the last artist?
Let's say right now, you pick a venue that's around a food.
I say Bird.
Bird?
Yeah.
Bird is someone where he's lyrical. He's so unappreciated. Like he could easily.
I don't think so.
No. I'm talking about like, all right, because we had a conversation about Kodak Black.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like we kind of wish that Iceberg was in that in that light with like Kodak Black.
I don't think so because bro,
and I'm not like because they both different.
No,
you know what I'm
saying? I'm just saying the way you gotta sit down and talk to him, or you just like I don't know, but I feel like with the way he see his shit, like he know what he wants. Not everybody wants something else for him, but he know what he wants. You feel me? And I feel like me, I just expect people grind how they grind. You feel me? Like I feel like Kodak, he was put too early in the limelight. Same thing with Lajon Slim when he signed.
Yeah.
I never heard nothing else from him when he signed. Cause he didn't build up.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you have to build up.
You gotta build.
For that.
Yeah.
Like Nipsey Hussle just got his deal. Like he was in the deal before, started doing his independent shit, and the label came to him to distribute.
Yeah,
his shit.
it's a partner. It was more of a partnership, and that's
distribution.
Nipsey Hussle, like he showed people that. Because I feel, I feel like I'm not necessarily you need a label, but you need that partnership. But you have to be like, you don't need the money from them. You feel me?
But however, like you need that partnership once you already
once you already
like bro, Bird already making money. So when you come to him, you can't come to him
You gotta know your worth. Like, hey, I made this much throughout my career.
So if a part like it gotta benefit, it gotta benefit us.
Yeah.
Nipsey Hussle ran his shit up to the point where he probably peaking and can't go no more. So he need that cosign to like get him to overseas, get him to like to like really put the machine behind him. Even though it's still a partnership, that's the next level.
Yeah, cause like Moneybagg Yo, you heard some of his music. I love Moneybagg Yo. He even's like he just signed to a major. I think it was I don't know. Yeah, with Yo Gotti.
But Yo Gotti signed with
Epic. So he was like, it was time for him to get to that next level.
That's what I'm saying. Now it's just more of an exposure thing. You feel me? Because those I look into like companies like Our Heart Media and shit like that. Our Heart Media is the same people that own the billboards.
Yeah.
That the Clear Channel billboards with that move when you go to Aventura, you see them all, those big ass billboards. They own those, you feel me? So when they promote you, like that's radio ties because that's the same people, you feel me? Like they run under a different company name, but you read who the parent company is, these motherfuckers.
By the way, we are on Our Heart Radio as well, so the podcast, so I was grateful when I got on their platform because not everybody could get on.
That's next level, bro. Like, and then you keep working your set. Eventually, you're gonna have a billboard. You're like, it's gonna like me. I do my homework. Like I really like. I want to know what company started what company. How did this company link with this company? Like
cause like even with like the whole a lot of people didn't even know Jordan. Like these new kids don't even know Jordan's still under Nike. You feel me? Or like. Def Jam is on under, I believe, who it is?
Def Jam is Universal.
Universal, so it's like, I was that kid, and I'm still like that. I still like do my research. Like it used to be the 5 major labels, and now I think it's like 3.
Yeah.
So it's like they all broken down and things like that.
Because they all like bought each other out. So like,
even like with television, like Viacom on Nickelodeon, BT, and all that stuff.
All that, bro. All of that, like they monsters, bro. That's why I get my structure for my company from. I'm like, I gotta learn from the people that's already doing it. You feel me? So like, when I came over to New Miami, I'm like, okay, boom. And then once people start asking questions, I'm like, all right, let me structure it differently. So I came up with Streaming Vibes. So Streaming Vibes can be the blog and the promotional company, a division under the New Miami. Miami Soundwave is the podcast division, like broadcasting under the New Miami that has these channels. That's what I'm trying to do right now. That's what I'm in the process of doing.
So don't forget about us, bro.
Yeah, I'm not, bro.
Don't forget about us because with Sports Biz Music and with Coda Talk, it's going to be.
And that's the thing. So right now I got a new podcast that I'm launching. It's called Florida Selects.
And what is that podcast like?
So we're gonna be interviewing same thing, kind of like this, but we're just sticking to more other people behind the scenes and the artists.
So like the producers get the limelight, the managers,
yeah, like the people behind the scene, like the videographers, like those people.
And that's why I feel like with the podcasters these days, like they just look for the artists, they look for the people in the front. You need more podcasts that, cause I listen to a lot of podcasters that's like, like that's business, like so they'll interview like the assistant to the assistant to see how it goes, and like at the end of the day, that person is doing investments. You know what I'm saying? So you want to interview them on how
and that's what I mean. Another thing, like when I go out to the events, like I always look for the person next to the person. I never look for the person. You feel me?
Because they know as much as that person that's in charge.
So like I'm like when I go somewhere and I'll probably see whatever Rick Ross, but I'm looking for the nigga next to Rick Ross, like who he keep, like who was like runner, who his like right hand is. So I'm like, okay, boom, I gotta get to him. So when I get to him, I know it's gonna get to him. Like at least it's a person that close away from the person that you're trying to get to.
Because I heard Rick Ross on Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne with his podcast, and he was talking about the process of like owning the franchise, because that's something else I've been wanting to do too. Like I want my own businesses to grow, but there's nothing wrong with like having like a couple chains of Taco Bells and stuff here and there, because like
that's that bad.
Like Warren Buffett always say, if you want to invest in something that you always love. Like this man investing in Kool-Aid and Lunchables, like Warren Buffett, and like he's a billionaire because he took time to be like, all right, I'm making money from this broker that I work for. I think his dad owned a broker, his dad was a broker. He had his own company and stuff. He worked for him for a while, and then he owned it, and then he got into like trying to invest in other, entities. So he was just like, I own 20% of Lunchables. I own 20% of Kool-Aid or whatever, because I even know the more stock that you own in the company, you start becoming a owner. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's why I try to encourage people too as well. Like, do your own thing, but there's nothing wrong with. Like I tell my fiance, you love Pandora, like the bracelets. You love Victoria's Secret. Someday in the future, try to work towards being a shareholder or becoming like a 5%, 6% owner, because that's still a lot of money coming in, and you can still put in like your name, like your opinions into like, all right, I want this, I want that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta go through the board. You're a part of it.
Because at the end of the day, I always tell people we have our voice. Our voice can be heard. We just have to just keep working. Don't let too much things distract us, and just enjoy life, man. There's so much opportunities out there.
That's what me. Like me, I'm just saying that every day, day by day, what's going on for the New Miami next is just, I want to keep taking Savannah to the next level, because she's one of my main priorities. But I also work with other people, not under my brand, but from like an extended thing, because I don't just want to secure myself or just keep myself working with only just Savannah. You feel me? So I work with other artists as far as like when it comes to mixing and everything, but like Savannah is like my priority.
That's your golden child right there.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Any shout outs, anything before we close out the podcast?
Nah, not really, just be on the lookout. We're still in New Miami, still doing our thing. We got streaming vibes popping. Well, we're gonna officially launch it next month, but it's already up. You can check the website out, streamingvibes.com. That's where everything's gonna be for like promotional advertisement for like the blog. The New Miami website should be up soon, or back up soon, and that's gonna be where you're gonna be able to purchase our services, see what we've done in the past 4 years that we've been in the company. It's everything.
Okay, sure. Well, this been your boy DJ Anonymous with Sports Biz Music, the podcast where Hakeem, the founder of New Miami. Remember that we Sports Biz Music is also on Audio Boom, Stitcher Radio, Radio Public, iTunes, coming soon to SoundCloud, to YouTube. We also on Stitcher Radio. We on everything. I gotta write this down this time. But this been episode 10, and we out.